The Tigers roar into the 90s. Coming up next, only on Channel 4.
Last night, Cecil Fielder's 29th home run gave the Tigers a 1-run lead in the 6th inning. But in the 7th, Pete Incaviglia's 3-run blast off the fence led Texas to a 7-6 win. Tonight, Detroit wants to stop the mighty Ryan Express while tripping up the Rangers, who have taken the first 2 of the series. Coming up, Game 3, live from Tiger Stadium. Tigers Baseball is brought to you by Busch Beer. Head for the mountains of Busch. And by your Metro Detroit and Greater Michigan Ford dealers.
Well, from Tiger Stadium in Detroit, it'll be the Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers. Good evening, everyone. I'm George Kell, along with Al Kaline. The Tigers trying to get back on the winning track. They've lost the first 2 games of this series, and tonight they face the ace of the Texas staff, Nolan Ryan. 297 wins in his major league career. This year, he's won 8 and lost 4. Over 5,100 strikeouts in his major league career. And Jeff Robinson will pitch for the Tigers. Jeff is 6-6 on the year, has not had a win since we were in California, and he beat young Jim Abbott. And Al, Tigers still face an uphill battle.
Yeah, they get real close to that 500 mark that they've all been shooting for, but then they seem to fall back 3 or 4 games. And it's not going to get any easier tonight. Nolan Ryan, they ought to do away with all the formalities. They ought to put him in the Hall of Fame right now. Why wait 5 years after he retired? This man has done more than any other pitcher that I know of. Strikeouts, and on, no-hitters. And this guy is an amazing marvel. At 43 years old, still going strong.
Okay, we'll be right back with the Tigers and the Rangers after this message.
Here's the batting lineup for Texas. Leading off, shortstop, Jeff Houston. Batting second, Julio Franco, second base. Batting third at first base, Rafael Palmeiro. Batting fourth, Ruben Sierra in right field. The 5th batter, left field, Jack Daugherty. Batting sixth, in center field tonight, Pete Incaviglia. Hit him out there, guys. Batting 7th, the DH, Kevin Raymer. Batting 8th, Gino Petralli in center field, and the 9th batter at third base, Scott Coolball. There's a Southwest Air Tiger defense. Sheets, Mosby, and Lemon in the outfield. Phillips, Trammell, Whitaker, Fielder, Salas behind the plate, and Jeff Robinson is on the mound for Detroit. 6 wins and 6 losses, making his 18th start and appearance of the season. And he'll be facing the Rangers for the 2nd time this year. His first outing, he pitched probably the best game of the year for him. A 4-hit, 12-0 shutout, and that was at Arlington on May 16th. He only allowed 4 hits and had 7 strikeouts in that 12-0 shutout. Lifetime against the Rangers, Jeff is 2-1 in 6 career starts for the big guy. And he didn't pitch too well his last outing in Chicago on July the 4th. He only went 3 1/3 innings, allowed 5 hits and 4 runs. The big one was a home run by Kittle in that ball game. So Jeff, who has pitched more games and has pitched more innings this year than all of last season. Last year he only had 4 wins and 78 innings. This year he has 6 wins and 97 innings. There's his fastball, slider, forkball, but the big thing, as is the case for most pitchers, he has to get ahead of the hitters. He has to show them something more than the fastball. Try to establish his breaking ball early so that his fastball is more effective.
Well, we're ready to go. This is game number 3 of this 4-game series. The Rangers won here on Thursday night. Again, last night, the Tigers with a great chance last night. They scored a run in the 9th, had the tying run at third base, the winning run at first with only 1 out, but couldn't get them in. Jeff Houston will lead it off. Julio Franco and then Rafael Palmeiro will be the batters here in the first inning. And the pitch from Robinson. It's a ball. Chuck Merriweather is the umpire behind the plate tonight. Rich Garcia at first base, Dale Scott at second, and Mike Riley from Battle Creek, Michigan is the umpire at third base. And the pitch is inside, ball 2 to Houston. 69 degrees at game time. Seems warmer than that. It has been a cloudy, overcast day, rain throughout most of the day, and a threat of rain in the air right now. Here's a drive into left center for a base hit. Mosby cuts it off, and Houston holds with a single.
Well, that's what we were talking about. He fell behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes, and then has to come in with the fastball. Jeff does not throw as hard as he did a couple of years ago in his rookie year. He's more of a slinger. He uses his shoulder more than his arm, and that's because he had some arm problems, particularly last year. But he's got to get ahead of the count so he can use his breaking pitch.
Here's Julio Franco, batting at .297. We were talking about him before the game tonight, and Al thinks he just might be the best second baseman around. And
well, in the American League, I have to go with the guy from Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, Sandberg.
Overall, but
this guy's some kind of ball player.
Never thought that much of him with Cleveland. I always thought he was a little bit of a hot dog playing shortstop, but he has convinced me that he's a good one. Continues to hit over 300, 4 consecutive years over 300, but I like the way he likes to play the game. He plays to win.
And of course, those of you who were watching and kept up with the All-Star game, he batted in the only 2 runs scored. A double that drove in 2, and the American League won at 2-0.
Well, it's good to see you all in one piece after the old-timers game. You're not limping around too much?
No, I tell you, if you just go out for introductions and sit real still on the bench and don't fall off, you can't get hurt.
And watch out for the foul balls.
Yeah, watch out for the foul balls. Real careful. Jeff Robinson is being real careful with this fellow, Jeff Houston. They've got some people on this club that will run. They've got some young people, and it's a good Texas ball club. It's no surprise they're winning. They've won 11 of their last 14 games. The only surprise is why they didn't win early in the year. They fell out of contention early.
Yeah, 11.5 game behind Oakland.
The 1-strike pitch, and time was called just before Robinson delivered. Robinson has been taking a lot of time making throws to first base, and this time he took too much time to suit Franco.
Well, here's where he hits the majority of the balls to right field, although he can turn on the pitch and hit it for a home run, but most of the time he hits the ball right center field.
And he hits it hard into left field for a base hit. Houston hits for third, and he's going to make it. Down to second, and he is out at second base. Well, you got to be sure you make it with nobody out, and a quick relay from Phillips to Whitaker, and Julio is out.
Take a look at it again. Sheets thinks he has a shot at third base. Phillips goes to the ball. That's a good play by Phillips. A lot of third basemen would catch the ball, try to make the tag, but he saw that he had no chance to get the runner. He went to the ball and made a strong throw to second base.
That's Dale Scott making the call. Very emphatic call at second base, and no argument from Julio. So the Rangers have a runner at third base, 1 out, and the batter is Palmeiro. Good-looking young first baseman.
Yeah, he got off to a terrible start, but he has really been hitting the ball. Struggling when before we got into Arlington, and then while we were there, he started hitting the ball hard and has been hitting ever since. Look at that, 315. Not much of a home run hitter, but he's a good man to have batting second or third.
1 strike to Palmeiro, and the pitch from Robinson. Good stop by Salas. Palmeiro played for a fine Mississippi State baseball team. Same ball club Will Clark played for, the Giants, and Jeff Brantley, Giant pitcher, played center field, pitched and batted fourth on that club at times.
How about Thigpen?
Was he at Mississippi State?
Sure, he played with Clark, but he wanted to pitch against him in the All-Star game, and he had a chance.
No wonder they had so many good ones.
No wonder they were
a good ball club.
Well,
they've won 6 straight, 11 of their last 14. Longest current streak in the major leagues. And it's 1-2 to Palmeiro. Robinson needs a strikeout. That's the split finger pitch, and he just got a piece of it. Saw Roger Craig at the All-Star game. He asked about you, and there's Bobby Valentine, the manager of the Texas Ball Club.
He's got the Giants playing well again. They got off to a terrible start, but they're back in the hunt again.
Yeah, he said he had 2 good-looking young pitchers. Trevor Wilson is one of them, a left-hander. This is fouled away. Tell you, Palmeiro is a good-looking hitter. That was a split finger pitch. He swung at the last moment, got his bat on it.
Well, he has the Ted Williams theory. You get 2 strikes on you, you concede to the pitcher. All now is you're trying to hit the ball. You're not trying to drive it out of the ballpark. You now have to be satisfied of just hitting the ball.
It's 1-2. And a foul ball out of play. If he hits it anywhere on the ground on the infield, with the exception of Phillips at third or the pitcher, the run will score.
I know it's early in the game, but I think I would play particularly the shortstop in some with 2 strikes on this guy. He really just tries to cut down his swing and put the ball in play. Doesn't try to drive the ball.
Jeff Robinson looking in. He's trying to get the strikeout right here. Bouncer to short, and the run will score. So Palmeiro puts the ball in play as he bounces it down to Trammell. In to score comes Houston, and the Rangers lead it 1-0.
You do your job. You don't get a base hit, but you do your job. You go course of a year, you get that man in from third base 75% of the time, you're going to have yourself a good year because you're going to get a lot of chances.
And the club's going to have a better year. Here's Ruben Sierra. A strike to Ruben. This fellow's having a bit of an off year for him. Jeff Robinson, best game of the year against the Rangers. He had a 4-hit shutout. That was in Arlington. Tigers won at 12-0. And a chopper to the mound. We go to the bottom of the first. The Rangers lead it 1-0.
Here's a Tiger lineup brought to you by Kroger's. Leading off at second base, Lou Whitaker. Batting second, Tony Phillips, third base. The third batter, Alan Trammell, shortstop. Batting fourth, first base, Cecil Fielder. Batting fifth in left field, Larry Sheets. The sixth batter, Lloyd Mosby, center field. Batting seventh, the DH, Dave Bergman. The eighth batter, right fielder, Chet Lemon. And batting ninth, the catcher tonight, Mark Salas. Defensively, Daugherty, Incaviglia in center field. You believe it? Sierra in right field. Coolball, Houston, Franco, Palmeiro, Petrelli behind the plate. And needless to say, Nolan Ryan on the mound. And you can go on and on, talk about this guy. And the all-time leader in strikeouts and walks. He ranks high among leaders in all-time starts. 43 years old. This man is a marvel. He is unbelievable that you can still pitch and be this effective and throw this hard at age 43.
Another amazing thing, I asked Al Kaline before the game today, have we ever telecast a ball game that Ryan pitched? And he says, no, we never have. This is our first one. Chuck Wozliak said he thinks maybe in spring training one time we had him on a telecast. So we're seeing him in regular season for the first time on one of our telecasts.
And I'd rather be sitting up here than down on in that batter's box. He got me 3 times.
Did he strike you out 3 times?
3 times. He got me 3 times.
I can't believe that.
Oh.
3 in one game?
Oh, no.
Okay. Change that. I was going to tell everybody I get on the telephone.
No.
Tell everybody I knew you said that. The 1-strike pitch is strike 2. He got the outside corner.
And I faced him when he was a young kid, when he was wild and could throw harder than this.
Strike 2 to Whitaker. That'll make it 1-2. Well, the amazing White Sox won again today in New York. They beat the Yankees 8-7. He got him. He got the curveball over, and Whitaker has yet to swing at a pitch.
I tell you what, you know the reputation, and you're sort of in awe of this guy, but everybody talks about the blazing fastball, but they forget that this guy has one of the better curveballs, and now he throws a changeup, which makes it even more effective.
And the batter is Tony Phillips. Tony batting at .231. He has 75 hits on the year. Here's the breaking ball inside.
Tony's starting to creep up a little bit, batting .231, 34 RBI.
They're in close at first and third for Phillips. This one's a strike. Tigers have yet to swing at a pitch. Not one pitch yet. Struck out 1,102 different batters in his career.
I told the clubhouse guy that he should have a ball autographed by every hitter he struck out.
Here's a bunt and a good one. They're not going to be able to get him.
Oh, there goes the no-hitter.
A bunt single by Phillips, and look at it. This is a well-placed ball.
A pretty good deke by Phillips also. He looked like he was going to swing, shortened up. Petrelli, pretty good play, but not able to get Phillips at first base.
So a runner at first, 1 out, and the batter is Trammell. Allen back at shortstop tonight. He was the designated hitter last night. And the breaking ball is low. The Dodgers won again in Wrigley Field. They beat the Cubs 7-0. And the Cubbies having problems. Big problems.
Well, anytime, of course, they had some injury problems with their pitchers. Sutcliffe pretty much out all year. Mitch Williams out, just back now. But anytime you go into the year expecting and hoping for youngsters to play real well, you're really guessing. And, of course, those 2 kids they had in the outfield played extremely well for them last year, and they're struggling this year. And the first baseman's not playing well, not hitting well.
No, he isn't. That's a surprise.
Grace, Mark
Grace looked like, and still will be.
And you're having 2 guys, Sandberg and Dawson, having just MVP-type years on that team. That's unusual.
A pitch to Trammell. It's low, ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. Well, the Tigers have sent 3 batters to the plate, and not one batter has swung at a pitch yet. Tony Phillips did bunt for a base hit, but nobody swung at a pitch. Talked Trammell into it. Ball 2, strike 1. He was behind 2-0 and threw him a good curveball. One to nothing. The Rangers lead it. And a fly ball to right. Ruben Sierra backing up. He'll make the play, and Phillips looked like he was going to challenge Sierra, but did not.
Well, it's no harm tagging up. Sometimes an outfielder will put his head down and just lob the ball, and you can take the extra base.
And a big ovation for Cecil Fielder as he steps in.
Well, this ought to be a pretty good matchup here. Of course, they like to throw Cecil hard fastballs high and inside. Hit his 29th home run last night.
He bats with a runner at first and 2 outs, and the pitch is high. .29 home runs for Cecil Fielder, batting at .293. And this is a strike. Makes it 1-1. Good crowd on hand on this Saturday night in Detroit. You might say a rainy Saturday night. It's been raining most of the day here, but the weatherman holding off right now. The 1-1 pitch. And a tap foul.
I notice a lot of youngsters in the crowd tonight. The fathers bringing their kids to the ballpark, thinking maybe this might be the last time they'll get a chance to see Nolan Ryan pitch. There's always that possibility, but he has indicated that he's thinking about coming back next year. But there's a lot of youngsters.
How about this right here?
Yeah, they want to get a chance to show him a great pitcher, someone who will definitely go in the Hall of Fame.
And he struck him out. A good breaking ball, and Cecil strikes out. At the end of 1-0 Texas. Here come the Rangers in the second inning. They have a 1-0 lead over the Tigers. Jeff Houston led off with a single, went to third on a single by Franco. Franco was out on the relay, and then a ground ball scored him. So it's 1-0. They'll be sending up Jack Doherty, Pete Incaviglia, and Kevin Reimer here in the second inning against Jeff Robinson. Talking about the All-Star game, Al, it was another great show, marred a little bit by the rain and the weather, but Wrigley Field just seems to be the epitome of something like this. Boy, people pour in there, and one writer wrote he had never seen so many people dressed so well as if they were going to the opera or something.
Well, it definitely wasn't the original crowd that they get at Wrigley Field, but it never is in the All-Star games. The poor fan never gets the tickets to go to those games.
But a great crowd, a great show, and the American League won again. That's 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5. And
I think there was a certain amount of disappointment playing in Wrigley Field. Everybody thought possibly it's going to be a home run barrage, but when a pitcher of this caliber, they go out there and pitch just one, knowing no more than 2 innings, they just let it all fly.
And the wind was blowing in.
Which
the weather conditions were not good, so it was definitely not a hitter's night. Strike 2 to Jack Doherty. As Jeff Robinson gets ready. Look out. He almost hit him. That'll make it 1-2. Robinson has won 6 and lost 6 this year. And the pitch to Doherty. It's low. No swing. Mark Salas appeals to third base, and Mike Riley says no.
Daugherty, 29 years old, George. It took him 7 years to get to the big leagues, get a chance to play in the big leagues, and last year he hit .302 in 52 games for Texas. So you have to pull for somebody like this, except when he's playing against the Tigers.
Yeah, he's paid his dues, and he's here tonight. And he takes a call, third strike. So Doherty is out. First strikeout tonight for Jeff Robinson.
Like some kind of an off-speed pitch, and going away from him on the outside corner.
And the batter will be Pete Incaviglia, the Texas strongman. Boy, you don't cheat him out of his swings. Had a couple of doubles last night, one with the bases loaded that sealed the victory.
There's one guy is happy to see Cecil Fielder in the league because it probably means that he won't lead the league in strikeouts this year. Cecil with 100 already. Incaviglia only has 84.
He's on the verge of having 85. Strike 2 to... He's playing in center field tonight. He's normally a left fielder.
And a poor left fielder.
Yeah, I started saying not a great left fielder and playing in center field tonight.
That's the confidence they have in Nolan Ryan. They figure not too many balls are going to be hit.
He's out, and he has now struck out 85 times. Talking about Nolan Ryan, when he took the mound in the first inning, he got almost a standing ovation from this big crowd.
Take a look at the slider. And boy, if Jeff can ever get one of these pitches over the plate consistently, his fastball is still good enough to be a winning pitcher. But boy, if he doesn't get it over the plate, his fastball is not that good.
Kevin Reimer, the batter. He's the designated hitter for the Rangers. And the pitch is inside. Told you we had a good crowd tonight. We got a lot of notes, and we'll never be able to get through them. Never be able to get through all of these. But we do appreciate it. Ball hit into the upper deck. Well foul.
Texas playing a lot of their younger players. They figure even though they're 11 and a half games and possibly still in the race, but they've been playing well with this with the younger players. The Harold Baines and the other players not playing.
It's a ball and a strike to Reimer. And this pitch is outside. Ball 2, strike 1. I saw a note here a while ago to say hello to somebody in Imboden, Arkansas. Our broadcast goes into Imboden, Arkansas. Here it is. Please say hi to Hugh and Eva Chrisman in Imboden, Arkansas from their grandson, Ted Fletcher, in Shelby Township. Ted's at the ball game tonight with his dad watching Nolan Ryan.
Anybody wants to get their name on the air, just say they're from Arkansas.
Yeah.
And I think you'll get it on the air for them.
It helps. The 3-1 pitch. Foul ball. They like this fellow too, Reimer.
Well, he looks like he's a dead pull hitter, and certainly sets up well for Tiger Stadium.
I think he had a home run off of Morris here on Thursday night. Ball 3, strike 2. Looks like a very aggressive hitter. Already won more games and pitched more innings than all of last year, Jeff Robinson. Ooh, it was close. He walked him. Kevin Reimer gets a walk. First walk given up by Robinson. And we're going to look at that last pitch and let you umpire a little bit.
Jeff wasn't too happy with his call. He thought he had the corner. I don't know. Looked like Salas jerked it back on the corner.
I'm not going to take it and let an umpire decide my fate, though. Get the bat on it, you might do something with it. Gino Petrelli, and a fly ball to right. Back goes Lemon. He's going to catch it, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Texas. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. Well, you can see the best plays of the day first. Watch the Sports Beat with Bernie Smilovitz. That's weekdays at 5, only on the News Beat. Just came over the wire here, a published report from New York, from the New York Times, reporting that the Yankee owner, George Steinbrenner, may sue baseball commissioner Fay Vincent if he is punished for his relationship with gambler Howard Spira. Steinbrenner feels that baseball investigator John Dowd was biased in his report to the commissioner about the Spira incident. You'll be hearing a lot about that. Larry Sheets takes it outside. Larry batting at .279, 4 home runs. And the pitch from Nolan Ryan. On a base hit into right, down the line, and Larry's going to hole with a single. Sierra throws about as well as anybody, and Sheets wisely held on. So a leadoff single by Sheets.
Well, the first solid ball hit off of Nolan, a fastball that Larry's able to turn on, hits it down the right field lines. Sierra, good outfielder, good speed, gets the ball quickly.
And the batter is Mosby. Lloyd Mosby back in action after being out a couple of weeks. Takes a pitch low. Atlanta a winner in the first of two tonight. They're playing a twilight doubleheader with Montreal in Atlanta. And a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mosby. Tigers down by 1 as they bat in the second inning. Makes it 1-2. Nothing fancy about Ryan. All through his career, he has stayed away from the split finger pitch, the knuckleball, the off-speed pitch for the most part until recently. Just a good curve, good fastball, good location. And that's the location we're talking about. He just missed on the outside.
Here's a guy that's 43 years old and has back problems, which is not unusual for anyone 43 years old. And they found out 2 days after he pitched his no-hitter that he had a stress fracture in his lower back.
It's ball 2 and strike 2. Ball 3. For a fellow that throws as hard as he does, he has not been wild throughout his career. He doesn't walk many batters. Well, let's see. You're going to run Larry Sheets. Ball 3, strike 2, nobody out. He is running. Ooh. Almost in this booth, but off the facing of the Texas broadcast booth. Who's over there?
Jim Sundberg was over. He's got his catcher's mitt, but he tried to put it on before the ball got to him. No way he can react that fast. If he could, he'd be still playing.
I got news for him. Forget the mitt and put the mask on. Here he is. That's Jim Sundberg. He caught for the Rangers. Better get the mask. He walked him. Mosby gets a walk, and the Tigers have him at first and second with nobody out. You see the Ranger bench. Bobby Valentine getting up, and there's Nolan Ryan in his last 6 starts, 4-1 record with a 2.28 ERA, struck out 54 and 43 in the third innings.
They'll probably be anticipating the bunt here. I don't think the Tigers expect to score too many runs off of him.
And a foul ball out of play by Bergman. And they're in close at first and third, but no indication by Berge that he was going to bunt.
Berge's been hot lately. 7 of his last 8 games, 11 for 24, and 5 RBIs in that time. So continues to do the job, even though he doesn't play that much.
Bobby Valentine moving Incaviglia over toward left center field.
Yeah, he's playing awful deep, too.
Breaking ball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. They're playing a day-night doubleheader in Boston. Kansas City rallied for 2 in the 8th inning to win the afternoon game 2-1, and they're in the second inning of game 2. 2 separate games, 2 separate admissions. Move everybody out, close the gates, open again, and you have your doubleheader. This one's low.
Played in a couple of those games.
Yes, yes.
Day-night games.
Not ideal. Not what you want.
No, we've done it several times. We used to do it in Minneapolis a lot. and also in Boston.
You got to sit around too long between games. The 2-1 pitch. And a base hit into right. Here comes Sheets. They're going to wave him in to throw to the plate and save. A base hit by Bergman. Lloyd Mosby races around to third on this base hit.
Ball is hit sharply right in the hole, but the outfield is wet, and the ball just doesn't get to the right fielder. And that enables Sheets, who everybody knows is not a real fast runner, to score from second base.
And the batter is Lemon with runners at first and third and nobody out. And a ground ball could be a double play. Out at second, out at first, and they turn the double play, but Mosby comes in to score, and the Tigers lead at 2-1.
Chet was trying to hit the ball more towards first base to make Franco move a little bit, but he didn't quite get the ball over that far. This is a tough way to turn a double play. A good way to get the run in.
Now, you can't criticize Lemon. He was trying to hit the ball to the opposite field, and a couple of more steps toward first, it would not have turned the double play. Mark Salas, the batter, and he takes a pitch low. Tigers 2, Rangers 1. We're in the second inning. And he pops it high in the air. Petralli will have a play on it. And the inning is over. At the end of 2, the Tigers lead by 1. Well, just a reminder that coming up later will be our Bud Batter's Box home run inning. And if your name has been selected and a Tiger hits a home run, you're going to win $100 and a share of a $10,000 bonus at the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. A large group, 35 people here from Owasso, Michigan tonight. And from Albion, Michigan, the Carson family. They left home at 4:30 to get here so that their son Michael could see his first game, 4:30 p.m. Michael enjoying his first game from Albion, Michigan. And from Sault Ste. Marie, Michelle Boyer and Don Hank. That's a long way. They got up before, they left before 4:30 p.m.
Way before 4:30.
Yeah.
Maybe this morning.
Yeah, 4:30 in the morning. From St. John, Michigan, John, Marcia, Matt, and David. Scott Coolbaugh will lead it off. Young third baseman. And the pitch from Robinson. Got the breaking ball over.
This is his second time up this year with Texas. They think very highly of this young man, and has a lot of power. The Cubs were very interested in getting him to play third base for him.
1 ball, 1 strike. Steve Buechele is the regular third baseman. He's been hurt most of the year. That's why Coolbaugh is getting a good look. He hits it high in the air, but foul and out of play. It's 1-2 to Coolbaugh. He's the leadoff man in the third inning. Tigers 2, Rangers 1.
Coolbaugh reminds you a lot of the former Dodger third baseman, the Penguin, Ron Cey.
He does. You're right. Here's one hit into center field. Back goes Mosby with a lot of room to roam out there, and he pulls it in. So there's 1 out in the third inning. The batter will be Jeff Hewson. Jeff Houston opened the ball game with a base hit and scored the Texas run. Jeff Houston, he's the shortstop. And the pitch is low. Oakland a winner today. They beat Milwaukee 3-1. White Sox beat the Yankees. So they keep pace. They're one game behind the Oakland Ball Club. And the pitch is low. Minnesota and Baltimore are underway in Baltimore. No score at the end of one. Ball 2, no strikes. And a strike makes it 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Houston. It's high ball 3. Robinson has walked only one batter. He walked Reimer in the second inning after getting the first 2 batters. Ball 3, strike 1. And a long belt that is going to be foul, I believe it is. And lucky for the Tigers, it was foul. Not by that much.
Well, this young man hasn't hit a home run yet this season. But certainly had the distance on that one and maybe 10, 15 feet foul.
It's a full count to the youngster. Ball 3, strike 2. He's batting with 1 out and nobody on. And the pitch from Robinson. It's fouled away. Another souvenir baseball for this good crowd tonight. No doubt a lot of them drawn here because of Nolan Ryan. As Al pointed out, maybe the last time you see him, but he does want to pitch some more. He walked him. Second walk given up by Robinson. Houston is at first, 1 out. The batter is Julio Franco. Julio had a base hit in the first inning. Most valuable player of the All-Star game. And as we told you earlier, he batted in the only 2 runs of the game. And a pitch out.
Well, the last 5 years, he's been one of the better hitters in baseball. He's 8th among major league players in hits and 9th in batting average the last 5 years. So been very consistent.
He was with the Phillies, came to the Cleveland Ball Club in a big trade. They sent several players to get Von Hayes, who's certainly been a great player for the Phillies all these years. And Julio's the only one left in that one, and he was traded by Cleveland to the Texas Ball Club. Robinson beginning to get a little wild. He hasn't missed by much, but he's behind ball 2, no strikes after walking Jeff Houston.
This batting style is not recommended because he's the only one I've ever seen use it, but he does very close play at first base. But right before the ball is delivered, he does get into a little better hitting position than he originally starts. He has that bat wrapped and almost pointing over his head at the pitcher.
It's ball 2 and no strikes. Well, baseball, unlike golf, there's no set way to hit. You wouldn't tell Stan Musial you'll never hit that way. He looked like a corkscrew up there. As long as you get back in position and get the bat ready to hit the ball, that's what counts. Some guys look real good standing at the plate, but never get the bat.
Never get the hit.
Bat back in position.
Right.
They keep an eye on Houston. Jeff worried about him in the first inning. You worry about him so much that you fall behind a good hitter, Franco, and put yourself in a big hole.
And they're coming right into the heart of their lineup, the guys that are the hottest on the team.
Ball 3, no strikes. Jeff's been able to get him out the first 2 innings because he did throw strikes. And here's a walk. So he has walked 2 batters in a row after getting the first batter this inning. You see the base runners. Franco's at first, Jeff Houston at second, 1 out, and the batter is Palmeiro, who batted in a run with a ground ball in the first inning. Mitch Williams went to the Cubs. He was the key man for the Cubs in the deal that brought Palmeiro to the Rangers. And there was 2 or 3 more players on each team in that transaction. And a foul back out of play.
There's where he hits, particularly against right-handers. He pulls the ball more against right-handers, except when he has 2 strikes. He had a home run swing that time. It's unusual to see Palmeiro swing that hard, but he was guessing fastball and fouled it back.
Waits on the 1-strike pitch. And a foul down the left field line. And a good catch by a youngster without a glove down there. Nice note from Steve Dempsey. He says, my son, Ryan Nolan, not Nolan Ryan, Ryan Nolan Dempsey is here to see his first ball game tonight, along with his 2 sisters, Heather and Michelle, to wish his namesake a good game. It's strike 2 to Palmeiro. That'll make it 1-2, and Robinson thought he had him. Oh, he'd like to get this fella. Base runners, Houston at second, Franco at first, 1 out. Tigers lead by 1. And the ball is inside, makes it 2-2. Ball 2 and strike 2. Tigers are deep. Everybody's back on the infield. They can double this fella up. He doesn't have great speed. And he will put the ball in play. The 2-2 pitch. A base hit into right. That'll get a run in. Franco headed for third. It's a 2-2 ball game, and they have him at first and third.
Well, second RBI for Palmeiro. Gets a breaking ball, split finger pitch up in the strike zone. He didn't get it down where he wanted it, and he was able to pull the ball to right field.
Well, a couple of walks open the gates, and then the base hit by Palmeiro, and we're tied at 2. And the batter is Sierra.
And we're getting some action. The newest member of the Tigers, Clay Parker. He was just called up. They released infielder Ed Romero.
The pitch is inside. Now, Clay Parker came to the Tigers along with McCullers in the deal that sent Matt Noakes to the Yankees. He's been at Toledo. Just called up today, and as Al told you, they released Ed Romero. This one's going to be out of play. Ruben Sierra.
Just 24 years old. Had a big year last year. He had 29 home runs. led all the major leagues in triples with 14.
78 extra base hits last year, one shy of the Mantle's record. This is fouled away.
They're a little upset with his performance earlier in the year. He's, of course, hitting much better now. They thought that he was playing and trying to hit too many home runs, and he's been outspoken in the fact that he's not getting too many endorsements playing in Arlington. He thought he should be getting much more outside money.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a ball hit up the middle into center field. That'll score a run. On to third goes Palmeiro. And it's 3-2 Texas on a solid base hit by Sierra.
This is a base hit, but I think it's a play that Alan Trammell should have made. It looked like it just touched his glove. The ball came up nicely for him, and it would have been an easy double play. Take a look at it again. The ball is hit sharply, but boy, it really comes up with a nice big bounce for Allen, and it looked like it just touched his glove.
And the batter is Doherty, Jack Doherty, who struck out in the second inning. And he takes a curveball for a strike. Robinson got the first batter this inning, cool ball. Then he walked Houston. He walked Franco. A single by Palmeiro, a single by Sierra. And the Rangers have taken the lead 3-2. This is foul. Pittsburgh a winner today. They keep rolling along. They beat San Diego 8-4. They lead the Mets by 2. They did lead by 2 starting play today. The Mets are playing Cincinnati tonight. Strike 2 to Coolbaugh. That'll make it 1-2. Jack Doherty struck out in the second, batting with runners at first and third. 1 out. And the 1-2 pitch. This is a base hit. Rangers on a tear with their 3rd straight hit this inning, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
Coming into tonight's game, the Tigers pitchers have allowed 18 runs in the last 2 ball games. There's the base hit going the opposite way, splitting short and third base.
And the batter is Incaviglia. Pete Incaviglia struck out in the second inning. Leads the Rangers with 15 home runs. First and second, 1 out. And the pitch inside. They can double this fellow up. But so far, they haven't hit one at anybody. 1 ball, no strikes. And a chopper toward third. They'll go to second for 1. The relay not in time. Ball was not hit hard. Took 2 big bounces before it got to Phillips, and they couldn't double him up.
Now, not much you can do on this ball. It's not hit hard. Lou does as much as he can. The runner takes him out a little bit. Just not. Incaviglia, even though he's a big guy, has pretty good speed.
So the runners will be at first and third. 2 outs for Kevin Reimer, who walked in the second inning. And a base hit up the middle. That'll get a run in. And it's 5-2, and here comes Sparky. That's going to be it.
Well, Tiger pitchings have been taking a whopping the last couple of days. And he's going to go to the bullpen and bring in the newest member of the Tigers, Clay Parker. Of course, Clay came to the Tigers in the trade with the Yankees that send Matt Noakes to New York.
And while there's a break in the action, we're going to pause for these messages on the Tiger Baseball Network.
Hi, I'm
Clay Parker, the little right-hander, making his first appearance for the Detroit Tigers. We mentioned came to the Tigers in a trade along with pitcher Lance McCullers for Matt Noakes on June the 4th. Parker was then assigned to the Toledo Mud Hens, and with the Toledo team in 6 starts, he had a record of 1 win and 3 losses with an earned run average of 3.09. He pitched 35 innings with Toledo, gave up 37 hits. He walked only 6 and struck out 20. So that tells me that he doesn't throw real hard, must throw a lot of breaking balls with good control. There's his record with the New York Yankees before the trade, 1 win and 1 loss. I was talking to Gene Michaels, who has done just about everything for the Yankees in Cleveland. He was scouting now for the Yankees, and he said he liked Parker better than McCullers. He thinks that someday this guy is going to be a good starting pitcher.
He's coming into the game with runners at first and second, 2 outs. And Petrelli is the 9th batter this inning. Gino Petrelli. 5-2, the Rangers lead it. They've scored 4 times this inning. Now pitch outside. A couple of walks started this. Then singles by Palmeiro, Sierra, Doherty, and Reimer. And the breaking pitch low. Ball 2, no strikes.
Well, let's see what he throws when he's behind in the count. Doesn't look like he's overpowering. Probably throwing off-speed pitch.
And he hits it on the ground to first. Fielder picks it off. The play at first in time for the out. They score 4, and the Rangers lead it 5-2. Well, we're going to take a look now at the Perry Drug scoring summary. In the first inning, Houston scored on a ground out by Palmeiro to make it 1-0. Then in the second inning, Bergman had a run batted in, a single that tied it 1-1, and Mosby scored then on a double play ball by Lemon. The Tigers led it 2-1. In the third inning, Palmeiro had a single to drive in a run to make it 2-2, and then singles by Sierra, Doherty, and Reimer makes it a 5-2 ball game as they all batted in single runs with their base hits. Rangers lead it 5-2 as the Tigers come to bat in the third inning. It'll be the top of the batting order for the Tigers. Lou Whitaker, Tony Phillips, and Alan Trammell. Here are the numbers for Ryan Al. 6th on all-time starts, 12th innings pitched, 1st in strikeouts, of course, 20th in wins, 297, 10th in shutouts. Very impressive numbers. There's a pop fly outside of first base. It's playable for Palmeiro, and he'll put it away. So Whitaker swinging at the first pitch, pops it foul. The batter is Tony Phillips. The Jelinek family from St. Louis, Michigan are here. They've got their son with him who's celebrating, his wife celebrating her birthday. His son celebrated his at the ballpark last Sunday. His wife Cheryl tonight. Here's a strike to Phillips. Tony had a bunt single in the first inning. And a tap to the mound. One hopper right back to Ryan, and Tony Phillips is out. 2 outs in the third, and it'll bring up Alan Trammell. Nice note from Mr. Barney Allen in Fenton, Michigan.
We get a lot of mail from Fenton, don't we?
We sure do. We got a lot of good fans in Fenton. Here's the pitch to Trammell. It's a strike. Allen flied to right field his first time.
5 runs, all earned.
Nolan Ryan gets ready, and the pitch to Trammell. He fouls it away. Strike 2. Ryan struck out 2 in the first inning. And that's been it for the night so far. Breaking ball is low.
Cecil Fielder having such a good year, we sort of overlooked the comeback of Alan Trammell. Tram, who was injured, did not have a good year last year. Close to the 300 mark all year.
Chops this one right into the Tiger dugout. One ball, 2 strikes to Trammell with 2 outs and nobody on. And a drive in the gap in left center. This will go a long way. Trammell's on his way to second. And a stand-up double.
Tram with that good short compact swing here with 2 strikes. He gives in, but he's still able to hit that fastball that's sinking down and in. Lines it in the gap between in left and center field. Cecil Fielder has a chance to get the Tigers back close again.
Cecil struck out his first time up. Well, the organist's getting into the game. He's got the crowd with him, and they're cheering for Cecil right now. 5-2, the Rangers lead it. And the pitch to Fielder. He fouls it away. One strike to Fielder. Boy, every time Cecil hits a ball in the air, the crowd begins to roar. They think maybe it's got a chance.
No, he's just having a great year. Leader in home runs, RBIs in the American League, hitting close to 300.
And another foul ball. Ryan struck him out with a good curveball in the first inning. He's thrown him 2 fastballs here in the third.
What is Petrelli going to tell Nolan?
I don't know. Don't throw any more fastballs, for one thing.
I mean, all he has to do is put a sign down. Nolan's going to throw what he wants to throw.
That's right. He says, I hope you don't throw any more fastballs, Nolan. Let's throw this fella a curveball. Yeah, Nolan Ryan's like a 300-pound gorilla. He's going to throw what he wants to.
What he wants to.
Here's the runner at second, Alan Trammell, and it's strike 2 to Cecil Fielder. He threw the fastball and missed. Makes it 1-2. Tigers down by 3 in the third inning. Another fastball makes it 2-2. After throwing Cecil nothing but curves in the first inning, he's thrown nothing but fastballs this inning. Ball 2, strike 2 with 2 outs. There's the curve, and the count goes to 3-2. Ball 3, strike 2. Larry Sheets would bat next if Fielder gets on. With 2 outs, Trammell doubled. Here he is at second, and the count's 3-2 to Fielder. Nolan Ryan ready, and he walked him. He had 2 quick strikes on Cecil, then he walks him. And the batter is Larry Sheets.
Tigers have been very happy with Larry Sheets, not only with his bat, but hasn't really done that bad defensively. You know, last year he didn't play 1 inning in the field. I think the only thing they could hope more from Larry is a little bit more power. They expected playing in Tiger Stadium a few more home runs.
And the pitch outside.
Done pretty well against Nolan Ryan. That might be the best batting average of anyone who's batted more than 4 or 5 times.
.636 he's batted against Nolan, and a strike that got the outside corner makes it 1-1. Well, our next telecast will be in Texas next Friday night and Saturday night, and we're likely, very likely, to get Nolan Ryan again on Friday night in Texas.
I would imagine the ownership of the Rangers would love to see Nolan go for number 300 at home.
That might be arranged. You know, you can arrange those things.
That would be a guaranteed packed house.
Yeah. You can arrange that. Just hold him back a little bit and make sure he pitches at home. Ball 2, strike 1. Ball 3. All of a sudden, Ryan can't find the plate. And he's got to jump on this one if he likes it. He's the tying run at the plate, and it's ball 3, strike 1. And more than likely, he's going to get something good to hit. Trammell's at second, Fielder at first. Tigers down by 3. And the 3-1 pitch. He fouled it away.
Well, Texas leaves here. They go to Baltimore for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And of course, Detroit then goes to Texas on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
We'll get Ryan Friday night. Ball 3, strike 2. They'll be running on the pitch. Ryan gets ready. The 3-2 pitch to Sheets, and he pops it up. It's going to get him out of the inning as Palmeiro waits for it. At the end of 3, the Rangers lead it 5-2.
Tigers baseball is brought to you by your Metro Detroit and Greater Michigan Ford dealers. By Kroger. Go Krogering for low prices every day. By Taco Bell, where great food beats an even better price. And by Southwest Air. Enjoy the convenience of New Detroit City Airport, minutes from downtown and the northern suburbs. Fly Southwest Airlines.
Here come the Rangers in the 4th inning. Scott Coolbaugh will lead it off. He led off in the 3rd inning, and the Rangers batted around, scoring 4 times. That'll be a Coolbaugh, Houston, and Franco. And they'll be facing this time Clay Parker. Jeff Robinson started. Parker came on in the 3rd inning, got the final out. 5-2, the Rangers lead it. And the pitch to Coolbaugh. I think he foul tipped it for a strike. He's batting .208.
has a lot of trouble against right-handers. He's hitting well over 300 against left-handed pitching, but has a lot of trouble with the breaking ball, which a lot of hitters do.
And the pitch is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. These 2 ball clubs will wrap up this 4-game series tomorrow afternoon. Ball 2. Ball 2, strike 1. Five runs on 6 hits for the Rangers, 2 runs on 4 hits for the Tigers. And a pop-up on the infield. Alan Trammell moves in from his position. So Coolbaugh is out. First out of the inning. And the batter will be Jeff Hewson, who's been to the plate twice tonight. Singled, scored a run, walked and scored a run. Baltimore got a run at home against Minnesota on a home run by Milligan, their big first baseman. His 18th home run of the year. And it's 1 strike to Hewson. Clay Parker is the pitcher and delivers low. Makes it 1-1. The pitch to Hewson. It's high. Ball 2. Ball 2, strike 1. Phillips in very close at third. Everybody in a step or so. This fellow runs very well and a good bunter. And a fly ball to left. Larry Sheets will make the catch. So they get Hewson out for the first time tonight. He's the second out of the inning, and the batter will be Julio Franco. They haven't been able to get Julio out. He singled in the first inning, walked, scored a run in the third. Batting at .299. 6 home runs, 41 runs batted in.
Another one of the fine players from the Dominican. Now makes his home in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, right off the leg of Parker into center field. He's headed for second, and he's going to make it. Oh, that's the way you play this game. He never did stop because nobody in the outfield charged the ball. Julio sees this, and he just keeps going. Watch this.
Well, it hits off of his leg. Looked like off the shin, and puts a funny spin on the ball. Lou looked like he was going to make the play. Never did get down to field it.
And then it just stops right here, and Mosby picks it up, but too late. He scored as a 2-base hit for Franco.
And he made it a 2-base hit, as you said, George. He was running from the time he hit the ball, and knowing that the outfield grass here is wet, slow.
He's at second, and the batter is Palmeiro, who's singled his last time up to drive in a run. Grounded out in the first inning, drove in a run. He's got a chance to drive another one in. 1 ball, no strikes. Parker gets ready. And the pitch is a strike, makes it 1-1. The Mets have a 5-1 lead over Cincinnati. They're in the 5th inning. Montreal and Atlanta, no score in the first. Atlanta won the first game 3-2. Good stop by Salas. There's Franco at second base. He had the 2-out double. And it's ball 2 and strike 1 to Palmeiro. And a strike. He changed up on him. You mentioned Franco from the Dominican. We could have an all-star team from the Dominican, but some good ball players would not get to play. They'd have to be backup players.
A lot of great talent in the Dominican.
It's ball 2 and strike 2. Clay Parker trying to get him out. And a bouncing ball wide of first. Fielder has it. The throw, and he beat him to the bag. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 5-2 Rangers.
Hi, Ernie.
We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. Well, you can get the latest on the big moves in the Red Wing camp on Sports Final Edition tomorrow night at 11:30, only on Channel 4. There's Mosby. He'll lead it off in the 4th inning for the Tigers. Mosby, Bergman, and Lemon against Nolan Ryan. Rangers 5, Tigers 2. Had a home run against Nolan in Texas. And he fouls it away. That'll never happen again. They were carrying the banner through the stands, and the foul ball landed right in the middle of it. Well, they said, let's take it home. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Mosby just off the disabled list. He played in last night's game.
Waits on the 1-1 pitch. We'll make it 1 and 2. Tigers are very lucky they had John Shelby while Mosby was out. John Shelby played very well.
Kind of surprised the left-hander isn't in the game against Nolan Ryan. Much easier for a left-hander than a right-hander.
Did he catch it?
He caught it.
Did he catch it?
He caught it, yeah.
Oh, I don't believe it.
He knew he had that glove on for some reason.
Oh, my goodness. That one was like a bullet. It came back 100 miles an hour, and Jim Sundberg, former Ranger catcher, now broadcasting, caught it with his mitt. I still think he should have brought his mask along.
He's still young enough where he can do those things. We duck.
I guarantee you.
If we can. One of these days, we're both going to duck and hit heads.
You know, we've never really had but 1 or 2 up here. Mosby strikes out. He went for a bad pitch, and that's the 3rd strikeout tonight by Ryan.
The Nolan Express, look, he just takes a little bit off that pitch, sinks it down and away. Boy, the hitters with 2 strikes are just geared up for that fastball, and he's able to take a little off the fastball, and they swing us some bad pitches.
Here's Bergman. He had a base hit, drove in a run his first time up. And the pitch to Bergman. It's a ball.
Nolan Ryan is the first pitcher in history to throw no hitters in 3 different decades and with 3 different teams.
It'll never happen again. Believe me. Take my word for it. Although we're seeing more no-hitters this year than ever before.
It is amazing.
For some reason. The latest, Melito Perez had one for the White Sox Thursday night. It was only 6 innings, called at the end of 6 because of rain, but a no-hitter. This one outside. And his brother, Pascual Perez, pitches for the Yankees. He was on the Yankee bench watching the no-hitter. He had one at the end of 5 one time called because of rain. Outside again. 3-1 to Bergman. Nolan Ryan with a little bit of advice for Chuck Merriweather, the umpire.
Chet Lemon 17 times he walked back to the dugout.
And a strike makes it 3-2. Kaline struck out 3 times. Boy, I thought you were telling me 3-1 game. Career 300 average against Ryan. This one's fouled away.
I don't remember very many of them. They must have been blue pits down the line. That's all I know.
Take it. Hey, take it.
George Kell, you never struck out against Ryan.
No, sir, and he never will strike me out.
Unless he had a bat all the way up in the broadcast booth, huh?
No way. No way.
They didn't make bats that long, did they?
Ball 3, strike 2 to Bergman. 1 out and nobody on. Chuck Wozniak will get that in just a moment. This one fouled away. Chuck Wozniak's going to run Grover, Cleveland, Alexander up there in a minute. See how many times he struck me out. You better get Bob Feller, Herb Score, Bob Lemon, Garcia, Wynn, a few of those fellas.
Allie Reynolds.
Allie Reynolds, yeah, he's tough. 3-2 to Bergman. He stays alive, waiting on the 3-2 pitch. And here's the payoff. He struck him out. He just blew the fastball by him. 4 strikeouts tonight for Ryan.
Well, Berge gave him a real good battle. He fouled a lot of pitches off, and again he fouls this pitch off, but into the catcher's mitt.
In Baltimore tonight, Sam Horn hit a home run. That's his 5th of the year. Didn't he hit
probably the first since April.
No, he has. Did he hit 3 on opening day?
Yes.
Okay, he's hit 1 since then before tonight. 3 on opening day. And Kansas City is threatening to sweep Boston in Fenway Park. They lead 5-3 in the 6th inning of the 2nd game. Kansas City won the first game 2-1. And right here, Nolan Ryan is trying to strike out the sides. He has struck out Mosby and Bergman, and he's pitching to Lemon. And the pitch is inside.
Boy, Nolan is really staring at the home plate umpire. Look at him.
The 1-1 pitch. That'll make it 1-2. Chet Lemon having a little pep talk with himself. He says 17 times, let's don't make it 18 right here.
That pitch there really acted funny, like it really ran up and in on Chester.
It's a ball and 2 strikes. We'll make it 2-2. I don't think Nolan intended to get that one over. He thought Chester might go fishing for it. Ball 2, strike 2. Ball 3. Full count to Lemon. Mark Salas would be the next batter. He'll get some heat on this pitch. Ball 3, strike 2, and he struck him out. Nolan Ryan strikes out the side here in the 4th inning. And at the end of 4, it's 5-2 Texas. Here's our upcoming TV schedule. We're going to be in Texas this Friday night, July 20th at 8 o'clock, and Saturday night, July 21st at 8 o'clock. And the following Sunday, July 29th, we'll be home against Boston at 1 o'clock. Red Sox will be here next Thursday night for a makeup game. It's not on your schedule. It's one of the games that was lost from early in the year, and it will be played here at Tiger Stadium on Thursday night before the Tigers go down to Arlington on Friday. Ruben Sierra, the batter. And the pitch is low. Sierra has bounced to the mound, singled and batted in a run in the third inning. Clay Parker is the Tiger pitcher, and a bouncer foul.
Bob Welsh, a winner today, number 14 for Bob.
Having a big year.
Canseco hit homer 24.
You probably didn't see the statement Canseco made. Someone asked him what he thought he would do if he played for the Cubs in Wrigley Field. He said, "I'd hit 30 in this ballpark. Alone, 30." That's a big year, and he did that many in that park. He gave him a lot of good stories over there. He was very good.
Said, he doesn't shy away from confidence, does he?
No.
He has a lot of it.
He said, "The Cub fans do not like me, and I'm not crazy about them either." And when he came to bat for the first time, they gave it to him pretty good. The 1-2 pitch. It'll make it 2-2. He didn't get any hits in the All-Star game, but the next night in Minnesota, he had a home run, double, and a single. And the beat goes on.
Yep. You don't see that type of pitching in the regular season too often.
No. Ball 2 and strike 2 to the leadoff man. And he pops it up. Lou Whitaker back on the outfield grass. Sierra is out. 1 out in the 5th inning, and the batter will be Jack Doherty.
Well, Clay Parker has done a pretty good job. Coming in, just allowed 1 hit. That was a ball that was ricocheted off of his leg by Franco.
Doherty has struck out and singled tonight. Jack Doherty's playing in left field. Pitch is low, ball 2. Ball 2, no strikes. Well, the Tigers are down by 3, but the fans are having a good time in the old ballpark. All 3, it's high. 3-0 to Jack Doherty. Parker hasn't walked anybody, but he's in danger of walking this fellow. And a strike. He's a little guy, as you can see. All 4. Doherty gets a walk, a 1-out walk, and the batter will be in Cavilla. Pete Incaviglia has struck out and bounced into a force play.
4 consecutive years he's had 20 or more home runs. But he strikes out an awful lot, his high being 185 in 1986.
He came straight out of college to the major leagues. Pitch is in the dirt.
Likes the ball and up and out. Power to right center. Has a lot of trouble with breaking pitches.
He does like to hit the fastball.
He likes the fastball down, I think. You pitch him up and in, you might have a pretty good chance if you have a good fastball.
And he swings at a lot of bad pitches like that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the 5th inning at Tiger Stadium. The Rangers 5, the Tigers 2. Runner at first base with 1 out. And a base hit to right. Incaviglia slams it hard into right, and look out. Doherty made the big turn, and he just did get back.
Well, something you don't see very often, Incaviglia hitting the ball to right field. There's times he hits it to right center, but never this far down the right field line, and a little breaking ball that it just reaches out, hits the ball hard. Chet Lemon almost gets Daugherty at second base. Blew on the bag, he would have been out.
There's Reimer. He's had a walk tonight and a base hit, and he's batted in a run. He was the last batter that Robinson faced. And a strike to Kevin Reimer. Fifth inning at Tiger Stadium. Pretty good hitting in his last 5 games for Kevin Reimer. He bounces it slowly to second. They're going to get a double play maybe. Throw to second, and no, and a run's going to score. They called a double play now. Incaviglia went out of the baseline, and he's called out by Rich Garcia, so the run does not score. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-2 Texas. Here come the Tigers in the 5th inning. They'll be sending up Mark Salas, Lou Whitaker, and Tony Phillips against Nolan Ryan, who struck out the side in the 4th inning. Here's the last play, Al. The double play. Finally, they get the double play.
They rule Incaviglia was out of the base pass, and clearly so.
Yeah.
Getting out. And,
he's in right field.
The first base umpire made the call. He almost got it in the back of the head. Ball got away from Trammell. All for naught because it was called a double play.
So Whitaker gets the put out. Then the throw to first to complete the double play. There's Mark Salas to lead it off. Mark's batted 1 time, and he fouled to the catcher. Batting at .239, he has 7 home runs. 19 runs batted in. The pitch is high. One ball, no strikes to Salas, and a big swing makes it 1-1. Nolan Ryan is going for win number 298 in his great career. And the 1-1 pitch to Salas. We'll make it 1-2. Ryan looks into Merriweather as if to say that's a little better. That's the pitch they've been differing on right there on the outside part of the plate. Here's a pop fly that's going to be caught by Julio Franco. Well, Salas is out, leading off here in the 5th, and the batter will be Lou Whitaker. Lou's 0 for 2.
Lou's hit safely in 15 of 16 games, but only batting in .292 at that pace. Only getting what it's coming down to, only getting 1 hit a game. hit his 12th home run, a long shot last night in the upper deck.
And he pulls this one foul. A cloudy, overcast Saturday night here in Detroit, but a good crowd on hand as the Tigers and the Rangers go at it. The 1-strike pitch. It's low, makes it 1-1. Danny Tartabull was put on the 15-day disabled list today by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh optioned pitcher Walt Terrell to Buffalo of the American Association. The 1-1 pitch. It's a strike. Makes it 1-2. Pittsburgh signed Terrell, I think, to a 3-year contract.
Yes, he did.
Big contract, and he just has not been able to put it together over there this year.
Yeah, they moved him back to the bullpen. Has not pitched well there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a chop to the mound and picked off by Ryan. Looked like for a moment it was going to get over his head, and it would have been a tough play for Franco.
A little check swing by Lou. He couldn't hold the bat back long enough, and Nolan gets off the mound and just a little flip to first base. You don't see too many balls hit through the middle off of Nolan. Don't know whether he's a good fielder or not.
There's Tony Phillips. He had a bunt single in the first inning and bounced to the mound in the third. So he's 1 for 2. And the breaking ball is in for a strike. Two outs, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 5th, and the Rangers lead by 3. This one's low. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The switch hitting third baseman Tony Phillips takes it low. Ball 2, strike 1. Tigers need a couple of base runners to get back in the game. Ball 3. Ball 3, strike 1. Alan Trammell would bat next. There's the stats on Ryan. 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, struck out 5. And the 3-1 pitch to Tony Phillips. He walked him. Now Ryan and Merriweather are going to discuss it a little bit closer together. Ryan screamed in at Merriweather. He thought that was a strike. And Chuck said, hey, I'll do the umpiring, and you do the pitching. Ryan is 1 out away from being the pitcher of record, and he surely must know that. He's grinning right now.
Because Bobby Valentine has to be very careful what he argues about. He's just making sure that Nolan doesn't get thrown out of the game. It's several pitches, maybe 4 or 5 in the course of this game. Nolan stared in at the umpire, this time very vocal and about the call.
Here's Trammell, who had a 2-base hit in the 3rd inning. And he bounces it towards second. Easy play for Houston, and the inning is over. At the end of 5, it's Texas 5 and the Tigers 2. Billy Evans was general manager of the Tigers, Al, at one time, and a great umpire in the American League many years before. And he told me about umpiring for Walter Johnson, the big train, here in Detroit. 1-0. Walter Johnson was leading, 2 outs, nobody on, 3-2 on Bob Fothergill. And he called it a ball, and Fothergill went to first, and he said Johnson just sort of looked at him funny. I'll finish this in a moment. He got the final out, and they were walking off the field, and Walter Johnson asked Mr. Evans, where'd you think it was? And he said, I thought it was a little outside. What'd you think? He said, I guess it was. That's about as much as Walter Johnson ever said to an umpire. Gino Petrelli, the batter. And he taps it slowly toward the mound. Parker flips on to first. So there's 1 out in the 6th inning, and the batter will be Scott Coolbaugh.
Clay Parker showing a variety of pitches. He seems to have the Texas team off balance, throwing a lot of curveballs, straight changeups. Stretching the leg out as if he might have a cramp in his leg.
Here's Coolbaugh. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Scott Coolbaugh takes it low. Tigers had a 2-1 lead when the Rangers came to bat in the 3rd inning. And the Rangers scored 4 times on 5 hits. On 4 hits and 2 walks in the inning to take the 5-2 lead. There hasn't been any scoring since. Parker came on to get the final out in the 3rd inning. And the 1-1 pitch to Coolbaugh. He hits it high in the air into shallow left field. Larry Sheets puts it away. That's out number 2, and it'll bring up Jeff Hewson. Steve Searcy's going to pitch tomorrow. The youngster's going to get a start.
Big start for him. It'll be his first of this year, and of course Tigers are looking for somebody to be a starter to hold the team in, and a big start for the young left-hander.
Here's the pitch to Hewson. It's low. Jeff Hewson has singled, walked, scored 2 runs tonight. Then they got him out on a fly ball to left field. That'll make it 1-1. Clay Parker's allowed only 2 hits since coming on in the 3rd inning. And the pitch is low. Kansas City 5, Boston 3 in the 6th inning. That's the 2nd game of a doubleheader. Kansas City won the 1st game 2-1. A day-night doubleheader at Fenway. And the pitch is high. Kansas City's on a rampage in the 6th inning. They've scored a run. They have runners at 1st and 3rd, nobody out, and they lead 6-3.
Playing without Bo Jackson in the lineup, and Tartabull. This one's low. He walked him. Jeff Hewson gets a walk. He's on base for the 3rd time tonight. And the batter is Julio Franco. They haven't been able to get him out. A single, a double, and a walk. Remember when he played shortstop for Cleveland early in his career? He made a lot of errors on easy ground balls. As you say, it looked like he was hot dogging everything. There goes the base runner, and no way you're going to get him. He was off and running. Salas didn't have a chance. And good hitting by Franco. He takes the pitch. He doesn't foul it off. You see there, this definitely is a stolen base on the pitcher. He just did not take a good look at him at first base.
Paul Gibson getting up in the Tiger bullpen. He'll start loosening up. Here's the base runner, Houston. 7th stolen base. He hasn't been here that long. Ball 2, no strikes. Here's Paul Gibson. You're almost tempted to walk Franco, but he's a right-handed batter with a left-hander coming up. 2 left-handers, 3 coming up behind him. Pitches in, tied, ball 3. This is what you call the semi-intentional pass.
Looks like he has the green light. I don't know their rule over here whether you allow people to swing at 3-0 pitches, but the third base coach did not give any signs to Franco.
Ball 3, no strikes. Threw him a curveball, 3-0, and he got it high. So after getting the first 2 batters this inning, Parker's walked a couple.
I don't know whether Gibson has had enough time to warm up or not. The sign goes to Tony Phillips to go in and talk to Clay Parker to possibly give Gibson a chance to loosen up.
Tony gave it away. He looked to the dugout, and Sparky said, "That's all right. We're going to let him pitch to this batter." Nope, here comes Sparky. He wants the left-hander.
Gibson has not had a lot of time to warm up, but he will get a number of pitches once he gets to the mound. But a pretty good job by Clay Parker. Impressive this inning. Of course, a couple of walks after getting two batters out easily, but an impressive outing. His first appearance ever for Detroit. Just called up from Toledo, so he was able to hold Texas in. Gave the Tigers a chance to get back, but they never were able to score any runs off of Nolan Ryan.
And while there's a break in the action, we'll pause once again for these messages on the Tiger Baseball Network.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Detroit Baseball Club and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use or reproduction of this game without the written consent of the Detroit Baseball Club is prohibited. The announcers for these telecasts are selected by the Detroit Baseball Club and WDIV and are compensated by WDIV.
Paul Gibson on the mound again. He's strolled out there 34 times this year so far, all in relief. 54 in the third innings. Allowed 58 hits and 20 runs. There's his record: 2 wins and 2 losses. A real good earned run average. In fact, most of the guys, well, all the guys in the bullpen has done an outstanding job so far this season. He appeared Thursday night, 3 in the third innings, allowed 5 hits and 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 2, allowed a home run. He held the Rangers off for 2 2/3 innings, but tired in the final inning, allowing 4 hits and a base on balls.
He'll be facing Rafael Palmeiro with 2 runners aboard, 2 outs. So a fine job by Clay Parker. Sparky didn't want to let him get roughed up. He was getting a little tired, and Sparky says he's done a good job and get him out of there and bring him back another day.
It looked like he was having some problems with his leg, George, stretching him out between pitches as if he might have been getting a cramp in his leg that he pushes off the rubber with.
He was doing that in the dugout between innings, stretching on the top of the dugout step. So evidently, you're right, something bothering him there.
Could have threw off his rhythm a little bit and of course walked the last 2 batters he faced.
It's a ball and a strike to Palmeiro. You see the base runners, Houston and Franco. Houston and Franco have been on base tonight 7 times in 8 trips to the plate.
That's going to score a few runs with you because you had your 3rd, 4th, and 5th hitters coming up. You're not going to shut those 3 guys out too often. Well, you shouldn't.
This guy right here has had a base hit He's batted in 2 runs tonight, and he scored a run. And the 1-2 pitch. He's out. He got it over, and Palmeiro is out on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2 Texas.
Tigers baseball is being brought to you by Michelob Dry. Bold taste with no aftertaste. Mick Dry refreshes completely. By Ballpark Franks. They plump when you cook them. And by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, makers of Goodyear Eagle High Performance Street Radials, the best-selling performance tires in the world.
We're in the 6th inning in Detroit. I'm George Kell along with Al Kaline. The Texas Rangers trying to make it 3 in a row over the Tigers, have a 5-2 lead as the Tigers come to bat here in the 6th inning. Cecil Fielder, Larry Sheets, and Lloyd Mosby will be the batters.
And there's the home run leaders. Fielder, of course, with 29. Canseco, look out, Cecil. Here he comes. Followed by McGuire and Brewer and McGriff.
McGriff has 5 in the last 7 games. Starting play tonight. Here's the pitch to Cecil. It's a ball. Fielder struck out in the 1st inning. He walked in the 3rd. This big crowd came to see the Tigers win, but this fella could make the evening almost complete with a home run. They come to see him hit one. The pitch is high.
Whitey Ford played for the Yankees. They called him the chairman of the board. Well, that guy out on the mound now is really the chairman of the board. He bought the bank in his hometown of Alvin, Texas. He bought the Danbury State Bank in Alvin, Texas.
Most of the money in there belongs
to him, really.
Oh, he hits it a mile high. He just got under it. Cecil just missed a home run. He got under this one and hit it a mile high into left field. With the count, ball 2, no strikes. He got a fastball, turned on it, but he got under it. Take a look at this swing.
Yeah, a little bit uppercut, but he gets the bottom half of the ball. Take a look at it. Whoops, and that thing was way up in the air. Pretty good hang time. What's that guy used to punt the ball? Ray Guy?
Yeah,
the Oakland ball club. That's the way he used to kick them, straight up in the air.
Ray Guy. Pitches outside to Larry Sheets. Most of the money in the bank at Alvin, Texas belonged to Nolan Ryan, so he just bought the rest of it. And he owns the bank.
And he says he's going to be very active in it.
I would be too if it were my money. Look out. Right back into the upper deck.
Well, you being involved, he has 10.9 million in assets and 9.3 in deposits. Is that good or bad?
That's a small bank, but I'll bet you it's a good bank. Very small, but very good. Big swing at a breaking ball. Makes it 1-2. Larry Sheets had a base hit, scored a run in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 2 against Nolan. Ball 2. Ball 2 and strike 2. And the 2-2 pitch. He got him. Oh, Larry Sheets doesn't like it now. Oh, he's unhappy. Larry Sheets very vocal on the 2-2 pitch. Let's see what you think here.
Larry thinks the pitch down low. From there, it looked like a pretty good pitch.
6 strikeouts tonight for Ryan. He got 2 in the 1st, struck out all 3 in the 4th inning, 1 here in the 6th. This one inside.
Larry's still unhappy. Larry's hit Nolan Ryan real well, over 600 in his career.
And the pitch is low to Mosby. Ball two, no strikes. 2 outs and nobody on. We're in the 6th inning. 5-2, the Rangers lead it. And the 2-0 pitch to Mosby. It's a strike. Ball 2, strike 1. All 3.
Nolan Ryan's last game that he pitched was against Boston at Arlington. He allowed only 6 hits, 3 runs, but he struck out 12 in 7 innings. How about that? The last start here at Tiger Stadium was a 4-3 victory in July of '78.
Well, for many of those years, he's been over in the National League. Pitched for Houston for several years. It's ball 3, strike 1. And a strike makes it 3-2. Chuck Merriweather can't win. Calls it a ball, and Nolan's unhappy. He calls it a strike, and the batter's unhappy. Ball 3, strike 2, and the pitch coming up from Ryan. He walked him. So Mosby gets a walk. A 2-out walk, and the batter will be Bergman.
Bobby Valentine walking the dugout.
Dave Bergman batted in a run his first time up. Here's a strike. Singled in the 2nd inning, batted in a run, then he struck out in the 4th inning.
I'd be surprised to see Mosby steal, even though they're down by 3 runs. He's not paying much attention to him over there.
Strike 2 to Bergman.
Mosby wants to continue his stolen base streak. He has 10. He wants to steal over 20.
Strike 2 to Bergman. Mosby the runner at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch from Ryan. There he goes. Throw to second and safe and on the way to third.
Well, here's number 11, a breaking ball. Pretty good throw. A little late, but the shortstop tries to make the tag too quickly. Should be an error on the shortstop, allowing Mosby to go to third base.
It's a ball and 2 strikes to Dave Bergman. That'll even the count at 2-2. Still nothing on the board yet as to who the error might be charged to. Now they give it to the shortstop, and rightfully so. Ball 2, strike 2. Bergman with a chance to drive in his 2nd run tonight. The 2-2 pitch. Ball 3. Ryan appears to be overthrowing a little bit right now, as if he's tired.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think he's throwing as hard as he once did, and that's not a knock on him. He's 43 years old. But he looks like he has much better movement on his fastball than I've ever seen. He's trying to sink the ball and tail the ball away from left-handers much more than he used to.
This will be out of play.
He's still up in the 90s, but I don't think he's up in the 95, 96 mile an hour range that he once was.
I don't think we'll ever see another one like him at his age throwing that hard. Even though athletes today seem to be bigger, stronger.
It's pretty hard to put a limit on a physical body, isn't it?
Yeah.
They keep getting better and better, bigger and stronger.
Dave Bergman waiting on the 3-2 pitch.
But if we do see another one, I hope it's with Detroit.
Yeah. He walked him. Well, Bergman gets a walk. Tigers have him at first and third. It's going to start some action in the Texas bullpen. Ryan got the first 2 batters this inning. Fielder on a fly to left. Sheets struck out. But he walked Mosby on a 3-2 pitch, and then he walked Bergman on a 3-2 pitch. Now it's all up to Chet Lemon. He's the tying run. Chester has bounced into a double play and struck out tonight. The breaking ball hangs inside. 1 ball, no strikes. A left-hander and a right-hander getting ready in the bullpen. McMurtry and Meyer are the pitchers. Meyer's the left-hander. Moyer is the left-hander, and McMurtry is the right-hander. Did he hit him? Nope. It was close. Ball 2. You'd think Valentine would be out there buying a little time right now. He's got a free trip to the mound. And his bullpen just got started. Ball 2, no strikes. With 1 swing of the bat, Lemon could tie it up. Ball 2, no strikes, and ball 3. 3-0 to Chester. Nolan Ryan is just about ready to walk the bases loaded. He had walked 3 before this inning. He's walked 2 behind Lemon, 3-0. And he walked him. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. We'll bring Bobby Valentine out.
All-time career leader in walks, 2,584. And that includes the one he just gave up.
Yeah, he's walked 6 tonight. Has walked the bases loaded here in the 6th inning after getting the first 2 batters. Bobby Valentine taking all the time that he can. He is not going to make a pitching change. He's going to let Ryan pitch to Mark Salas.
Well, normally in this situation, after walking 3 in a row, you would say, hey, take a strike. But I think in this situation with a left-hander, he should be looking for a fastball inside and try to take it downtown. Guess fastball in a certain area and let it fly.
Base is loaded with 2 outs, and this large crowd at Tiger Stadium really into the ball game. This one's outside. He's not coming close to the plate. Mosby is the runner at third. Dave Bergman is at second, and Chet Lemon the runner at first base. Over in St. Louis tonight, that good-looking young pitcher that Roger Craig was telling me about, Trevor Wilson, has a no-hitter through 6 innings. Time call. Here's Sparky on the field. Maybe he saw something, maybe a balk. I think Sparky said he balked. Oh, he'd love to have a balk right here, a run in, and the tying run would go to second. Sparky didn't win his case at third. He'll go down to second.
Well, I wasn't watching. I was looking down at my notes trying to get some information on the people in the bullpen, so I really don't know what he's talking about. It looked like he's saying that he was down in his, on his hands on his knees and then raised up.
You know what Sparky's saying right now? Hey, there's 4 of you guys. That's what I was going to say. There's 4 of you out here. Not one of you saw it. That's what Sparky was telling Rich Garcia. There's 4 of you out here.
See,
not
now
one
he's
of
set. He's set right now. Well, I don't see anything there. It must have been before that.
One ball, no strikes to Mark Salas. Oh, he could turn this crowd on with a base hit. Excuse me now.
I thought he had 2 balls on. I thought he has to almost take a pitch.
It is ball 2, no strikes. Ryan cruised through the first 2 batters and has not been able to get the ball over to the next 4. Way outside.
Well, this was the Ryan of old. This was what he, 20 years ago, sometimes he couldn't find. He's calling him out. He looks like he's calling him out right now. He gave the little sign, come on out. He might be hurting. He gave the sign to Bobby Valentine with the wave of his glove. He come on out here. I'm not feeling all that well, and they're going to try to get an injury thing here.
No, they're not going to get it. Rich Garcia says if you cross that line, we're going to have a new pitcher. Now they're going to let the trainer go out. Which is one and the same.
Well, they're not going to take a chance on Nolan Ryan. I mean, they're going to have to, you know, Nolan Ryan is not going to call for a manager. I mean, he never has.
No, and they're going to take him out when he misses with the next pitch anyway, so I wouldn't let him pitch 3-0 to the Salas. I'd want the left-hander.
He's going to go. He is going to go. Of course, we mentioned before he's had a bad back. And he's been able to pitch through the pain, but I guess right now it's just gotten to the point, and we're only speculating that it's his back. But for him to be this wild, it certainly has to be in his back, because his arm is certainly sound. And standing ovation.
Yeah, even okay, we're going to get a new pitcher, and while there's a break in the action, we'll pause for these words on the Tiger Baseball Network. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tiger Baseball Network. Now, for all of today's sports highlights, plus the latest news and weather, watch the Night Beat tonight at 11, only on Channel 4.
And Jamie Moeller is the new pitcher. Of course, he came to Texas in the trade that sent Mitch Williams to Chicago. He came out with Rafael Palmeiro. He's had some problems ever since being with Texas. He's had various injuries to his arm. There's what he's done so far this year. 22 games, 0-3. Not such a good earned run average, although his last 2 outings, he's had 3 scoreless innings. Hasn't pitched very well. Looked like he was going to be a pretty good young pitcher for the Chicago Cubs in '87. He was a 12-game winner. In '88, he was a 9-game winner. But ever since coming to the American League, he has not done fare too well with Texas. Doesn't throw too hard. He has to rely on control, fastball, slider, and a screwball for a split finger pitch.
We're going to get a batter for Mark Salas. Gary Ward has come out of the dugout. So Gary Ward, with the left-handed pitcher, will come on to bat for Salas. So Jamie Moyer is the new pitcher. He'll be coming on with a count, ball 3, no strikes. Gary Ward batted .349 with 6 runs batted in against the Rangers in the last 2 years. He had his biggest year as a major leaguer with the Rangers. And he walked him. Gary Ward gets a walk. And it's a 5-3 ball game. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and a 5-3 ball game for Lou Whitaker. Lou's 0 for 3 tonight. And the pitch by Moyer, high in the air, foul. This will be out of play. 1 strike to Whitaker. That walk will be charged to Ryan. Strike to Lou Whitaker. Bergman, the runner at third. Lemon carries the tying run at second base. And the 1 strike pitch. That'll make it 1-1. Tigers still have only 4 hits. The last 5 batters to reach base, the last 6 batters have been all walks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He just blew the fastball by Whitaker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They play Lou a little bit toward left field with the left-hander pitching. Jamie Moyer gets ready. And the 1-2 pitch, he steps off now. This all started with 2 outs and nobody on. 4 straight walks. The pitch to Whitaker. Bouncing ball is foul. He hung the curveball right up in his eyes, and Whitaker pulled it foul.
Lou hasn't played too often against left-handers this year. He's not hitting them very well, but with a right-hander already warm in the bullpen, that if they pinch hit for Lou, then they would have brought the right-hander in.
A key moment in the ball game as Whitaker waits on the 1-2 pitch. Jamie Moyer ready, and a foul ball. Tigers' last hit was a double by Trammell in the 3rd inning. Cecil Fielder followed that with a walk. Then a walk to Phillips in the 5th inning, and 4 walks here in the 6th inning. It's been the only base runner since the double by Trammell. Whitaker waiting on the 1-2 pitch. And this is foul. This is a tough spot for a youngster like Moyer, trying to save it for a legend like Ryan. He makes a mistake, a base hit, the score's tied, and the win or the loss would go to somebody else.
Yeah, Lou's actually had a couple pretty good pitches to hit hard, 2 hanging breaking balls, and has fouled both off.
So we'll do it again. A fly ball to right. Well hit. Way back. It's going to be caught on the warning track. Whitaker hit it well into deep right center, but plenty of room out there for Ruben Sierra to make the catch. The Tigers get 1 run in the inning, and at the end of 6, it's 5-3 Texas.
Okay, we have a new catcher. Mike Heath is now in the game. There's Michael. He'll do something spectacular before this game's over with.
Well, the Tigers got a run on 4 walks in the 6th inning, and with the bases loaded after a long battle, Whitaker against Moyer. Whitaker drove one deep into right center, but on the warning track, Ruben Sierra had plenty of room and hauled it in. So it's 5-3 Texas as the Rangers come to bat in the 7th inning. Ruben Sierra will lead it off, Jack Doherty, and then Pete Incaviglia. Sierra's had a hit tonight. He's 1 for 3, and he's batted in a run. And the pitcher is Paul Gibson. And the curveball for a strike. Ruben Sierra, switch hitting right fielder. Good power. Takes it outside.
Seen more hitters the last, I would say, last 4 or 5 years that hit similar to what Mel Ott did, lifting that leg and staying balanced on that back leg. Take a look at this. Very unorthodox.
Well, the Red Sox battled back, got a 3-run homer from Ellis Burks, and beat Kansas City 8-7 in the 2nd game of the doubleheader.
Bullpen again. Failed Kansas City.
A 2-1 pitch to Sierra, and it's foul. Makes it ball 2 and strike 2. Kansas City had built a 7-5 lead and a 3-run homer by Ellis Burks. And he's been on the injured list, too. Got into the 1st game as a pinch batter. Here's the pitch to Sierra, and he pops it high in the air. He might have the room near the stands, and he's going to catch it.
There's the play. A ball behind home plate will always come back towards the field.
In the top of the 4th inning in Houston tonight, Philadelphia has scored 9 times. They still have 2 runners aboard with 2 outs. And they lead 11-2 in that game in Houston. Jack Doherty raced up as if to bunt. We're in the 7th at Tiger Stadium. Rangers 5 and the Tigers 3. And the pitch to Doherty. It's a ball. Ball 2, no strikes. Doherty is a switch batter. He turns around to bat right-handed. And the pitch. Ball 3, 3-0. Just getting the attendance, 27,850. 27,850 paid in the ballpark tonight. Good crowd on this Saturday night. And a strike to Doherty. Ball 3, strike 1. Paul Gibson ready. And a bouncer that's foul. That'll make it 3-2. Gibson came on in the 6th inning after 2 walks by Parker and struck out Palmeiro to end the inning. He got the first batter here in the 7th, Sierra, and the count's 3-2 to Doherty. And he pops it up. Chet Lemon in right field camps under this one. That's out number 2, and the batter will be Pete Incaviglia. Tiger relief pitching has been great tonight. They've not been scored on. Clay Parker in his debut was sensational, allowed only 2 hits. Walked 3. And Gibson has retired all 3 batters he's faced. There's a bouncer toward third, picked off by Phillips, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-3. The Rangers lead it.
Go! You practice.
Well, here it is. This is our Bud Batter's Box inning, and going for the prize tonight is B.J. Cole from Holland, Michigan. Now, if a Tiger hits a home run this inning, B.J., you're going to win $100 and a share of the $10,000 bonus at the end of the year. So good luck to you, B.J. Cole of Holland, Michigan. Tony Phillips will lead it off. Tony the Tiger will turn around and bat right-handed, then Trammell and Fielder here in the 7th inning. Tigers down by 2. Tony's had a single and a walk tonight. McMurtry, the big right-hander, throwing in the bullpen. Here's a strike to Phillips. Rangers have 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Tigers 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Tony Phillips hitting out of that familiar low crouch. Takes it low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers need a base runner to get the tying run to the plate.
Just got a report on Nolan Ryan. He left the game because of pain in his lower back.
And the 1-1 pitch. It's a strike, makes it 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Phillips. He's the leadoff man here in the 7th. Jamie Moyer is the pitcher. They got him from the Cubs. And he struck him out. Tony Phillips strikes out to lead off the 7th. And the batter will be Trammell.
There's a little pitch he takes a little off of, like acts a little bit like a screwball. The ball goes down, just takes a little bit off. Tony expecting the fastball.
Alan Trammell's had a double tonight. He's 1 for 3. And the pitch is a ball. Now, this is very interesting. Walter Dropo had 12 straight hits, you remember, at one time. It was on this date that he got 5 for 5. That started the string. That went on to 12 straight hits. Here's a bouncer to third. One big hop to Coolbaugh. So Alan Trammell is out. Pinky Higgins, who played third base for the Tigers in the 30s and early 40s, also had 12 straight hits. So he and Dropo are co-holders of that record. Cecil Fielder has had a walk tonight. He's 0 for 2. And the pitch outside. '29 home runs, 76 runs batted in for this big guy. And the pitch low. Well, he doesn't want to walk him. That would bring the tying run to the plate. So you would think Cecil might get a good pitch to hit. Took something off of it. And it's ball 2, strike 1.
I think Jamie Moyer is the type of pitcher you look for the unexpected. In fastball situations, look for something off speed.
Bouncer to third came up, but Coolbaugh stayed with it. And an easy 1-2-3 inning. At the end of 7, it's 5-3 Texas.
Boy, breaking into...
Well, the 7th inning went by without a Tiger home run, but we'd like to thank tonight's designated Bud batter, B.J. Cole from Holland, Michigan, for entering. And we invite you to enter by sending your name, address, and phone number to Bud Batter's Box, Post Office Box 13257, St. Louis, Missouri, 63157. Well, our TV schedule coming up. We're going to be in Texas, in Arlington, next Friday night at 8 o'clock, Michigan time, and Saturday night, July 21st at 8 o'clock. And then the following Sunday, a week from Sunday, that Sunday, July 29th, we're going to be back here in Tiger Stadium against the Red Sox at 1 o'clock. Don't forget, this coming Thursday, the Red Sox will be here for a makeup game. It's not on your schedule. They'll be in town before the Tigers go to Arlington. Reimer pulls it foul. Kevin Reimer has walked, singled, and bounced into a double play. It's the 8th inning in Detroit. Rangers 5 and the Tigers 3. And the 1-strike pitch to Reimer. We'll make it 1-1. Nope, but it's a strike. Chuck Merriweather said the ball hit his bat and a foul tip right into the mid of Mike Heath. So it's 2 strikes to Reimer. And he got him. Strike 3. Chuck Merriweather waves him away. And Gibson has retired 5 straight batters.
Now, Reimer didn't have the same swings at the left-hander as he did the right-hander. Called it for the outside corner.
Gino Petrella is the batter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. And the pitch is high. No home runs for Gino. He's batted in 12 this year. Gibson delivers the breaking ball for a strike. Makes it 1-1. 1 out in the 8th. And the 1-1 pitch. Ball 2. Ball 2, strike 1. 27,000 plus in the old ballpark. The 2-1 pitch. It's a good curveball. Makes it 2-2. Gibson with a good curveball tonight, and he's getting it over. Ball 2 and strike 2. And a bouncer towards shortstop. Quick throw by Trammell, and he got him on a close play. He had to hurry and got Petrali on a very close play.
Well, this is a good play by Tram. He has to go in the hole and make a strong throw to first base, just getting Petrali.
The batter is Scott Coolbaugh, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Pitch is over but low. 1 ball, no strikes to Coolbaugh. California scored a run in the first inning. They lead Toronto 1-0 at the end of 1. They've got to win tonight, or lose a half game to Boston. They can pick up a half or lose a half. Red Sox split a doubleheader. Boston has really let some games get away in the late innings. Texas won a couple. Their last trip into Fenway Park in the late innings. There's a strike. Ball 3, strike 1. Paul Gibson trying to get him out here in the 8th inning. And a strike makes it 3-2.
Well, that's what you call threading the needle on the outside corner.
A foul will be out of play. Ball 3, strike 2. Paul Gibson gets ready, and the payoff pitch is low. He walked him. It's the first base runner against Gibson. Coolbaugh goes to first base with 2 outs, and Jeff Houston will turn around and bat right-handed.
Going to have a pinch hitter. Look like Stanley.
Yeah, it is going to be Stanley. It's going to be Mike Stanley batting for Houston. Gibson is the 3rd Tiger pitcher tonight. Jeff Robinson started. Clay Parker came on in 3rd. Gibson in the 6th inning. And it's 1 strike to Stanley. Strike 2. He got the inside corner. So 2 quick strikes on the pinch batter. See his stats: 219, 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. On a very limited basis. Gibson is ready. That'll make it 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Runner at first is Coolbaugh. He's there with 2 outs. Paul Gibson trying to hold him in to give the Tigers a chance. They're down by 2 in the 8th inning. And the pitch inside evens the count at 2-2. Ball 2, strike 2 with 2 outs. We'll get the finale of this 4-game series tomorrow afternoon. Steve Searcy, the young left-hander, will be getting his first start since being called back from Toledo. He struck him out. That's the curveball over, and Stanley strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-3 Texas.
Only on Channel 4.
Well, our Southwest catch play of the game was made in the first inning by Larry Sheets, Tony Phillips, and Lou Whitaker. In the first inning, Franco gets this single to left field. Here's the throw to third. Too late to get the runner there. Now, there's nobody out, and a quick play by Phillips down to Whitaker. They get Franco sliding in here, and that might have saved a big, big inning. So our congratulations to Sheets, Phillips, and Whitaker. Southwest Airlines will donate $100 in their name to Catch. That's Sparky's charity for the kids at Children's and Henry Ford Hospital. We're going to get a pinch batter, Darnell Coles.
New shortstop, Gary Green for Texas, and a new pinch hitter, John Shelby, in place of Larry Sheets.
John Shelby, switch hitter, will bat right-handed against Jamie Moyer. And a fly ball into deep center field. Way back goes Incaviglia. He'll catch it on the dead run. There's a lot of room out there, and Shelby hit it a long way, but Incaviglia ran it down. 1 pitch, 1 out in the 8th inning. And the batter is Mosby. Lloyd Mosby is 0 for 1. He's had a couple of walks tonight, scored a run. Scored 2 runs. He scored in the 6th inning on the bases loaded walk to Ward. Jamie Moyer gets ready, and the pitch is a ball. Chuck Merriweather is taking his time right now. One ball, no strikes. We'll make it 2-0. It's about the hardest pitch that Moyer has thrown. Ball 2, no strikes, and a foul that'll be out of play. Nolan Ryan started. He's the pitcher of record. Moyer came on in the 6th inning. Nolan got the first 2 batters in the 6th. Then he walked 3, went to 3-0 on Mark Salas, and he had to leave because of his back that's been bothering him earlier in the year. That brought Moyer out. Bouncing ball to deep short. Long throw, and got him. Good play by the shortstop. Well, we've seen some good arms from these kids.
Wow, this was an outstanding throw. He throws flat-footed and throws a BB over the first base. Take a look at it again. He knows Mosby still runs well. Look, and he catches the ball. Boom, he throws it. And he throws a line drive over the first base.
No stride, nothing. Well, we've seen Fryman do that since the Tigers have called him up with a great arm. Here's Darnell Coles. He's got a bat for Bergman. Two outs in the 8th inning, and the Tigers down by 2. 27,850 on a rainy night at Tiger Stadium. Good crowd. Many of them coming, of course, as Al pointed out earlier, to see Nolan Ryan. Maybe, you never know, maybe for the last time. This legend in baseball history. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Darnell has really struggled since coming back to Detroit. Hitless in his last 14 at-bats.
And the 1-1 pitch. He pops it up. It's going to be in play right at the plate. And Petralli makes the catch. So the Tigers go out 1, 2, 3, and at the end of 8, it's 5-3 Texas. We're going going to take a look at the Metro Detroit and Greater Michigan Ford Dealers American League scoreboard. Chicago a winner again today over the Yankees, 8-7. Oakland 3, Milwaukee 1 this afternoon. And in an afternoon game, Kansas City 2, Boston 1. And the night game of the doubleheader, Boston 8, Kansas City 7. Minnesota and Baltimore tied 2-2. They're in the top of the ninth inning. California got a run in the first inning, 1-0 over Toronto. Cleveland and Seattle just getting underway, 0-0 in the second inning. Right here at Tiger Stadium, we're in the ninth inning, and the Rangers lead 5-3. And the batter is Julio Franco, and the pitch is low. Paul Gibson is the pitcher. He's allowed only one base runner, and that was a walk. A 2-out walk to Coolbaugh in the 8th inning. Then he struck out Mike Stanley to end the inning. Gibson has struck out 3 since coming on in the 6th inning.
Mike Henneman out throwing. Mike hasn't pitched in a while, getting some exercise.
Jerry Don Gleaton protecting him from a foul ball. This one's low. It's ball 2 and strike 1 to Julio Franco, who has singled, walked, doubled, and walked again. He's been on base 4 times tonight. And a strike on the outside part of the plate. Makes it 2-2. Ball 2 and strike 2 to Franco. And he pops it up. They're going to get him out for the first time tonight. Cecil Fielder puts it away. 1 out, and the batter will be Palmeiro. Rafael Palmeiro. He's had a hit tonight. 1 for 4, batted in 2. Mark Grace, we were talking about a few moments ago with the Cubs, is the reason they could trade Palmeiro. You don't want 2 young first basemen on your ball club. Somebody's got to sit down, and that's not good.
Well, Mark Grace was really touted as being a great hitter coming from the minor leagues, and certainly had a great year last year.
It's ball 2 and strike 1.
The knock on this guy was he didn't have enough power to play first base. He didn't hit very many home runs, even though he hit 300 for the Cubs.
He's batting .314 at the moment. Waiting on the 2-1 pitch, and he fouls it away. I'll tell you what you got to like about him. He stands in there against left-handers like you're supposed to, I guess. And he's doing exactly what the Texas Ball Club thought he would do when they traded for him. A 300 hitter. It's ball 2 and strike 2. And he chops it foul. Oh, he saw a high curveball and jumped out of his shoes at it.
Now, you don't like to let those kind go by. It's already elevated for you, so if you can easily hit that one out of the ballpark, but that was just a little bit too high.
That was out of the strike zone. But he jumped at it and fouled it away. Nolan Ryan is the pitcher of record for the Rangers, and Jeff Robinson, the pitcher of record for the Tigers. Here in the 9th inning. And a bouncer to deep short. This is going to be a test. Out on a good play by Trammell. Boy, somebody said Abner Doubleday knew what he was doing when he said 90 feet from home plate to first base. And
this is almost identical play that he threw out Gino Petralli on. He had to go a little bit in the hole. A strong throw and a bang-bang play at first base. The classic first base shortstop. A lot of shortstop today field the ball, throw it off balance, but Alan Trammell is the classic type shortstop. Fields the ball.
There's a pop fly off the bat of Ruben Sierra. Whitaker will grab it. Gibson puts him down 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Tigers down by 2.
A couple of changes for Texas. Incaviglia moves from center field, is now in left, his original spot for Texas. And old buddy Gary Pettis is now in the game for playing in center field.
They've got the 300 Victory Club members on the scoreboard in deep center field. If Ryan should be the winner tonight, if the Rangers win this one here in the ninth, he'll have 298. The all-time leader is Cy Young at 511. Walter Johnson has 416. And Christy Matheson, 373, coming in third. Chester Lemon is the leadoff man here in the ninth inning. Then Mike Heath and Lou Whitaker. Tigers need 2 to tie and 3 to win here in the ninth. Facing the left-hander Jamie Moyer, and he delivers a strike. Moyer has just been outstanding since coming on. He has retired all 7 batters he faced. And the pitch is high. He issued a ball. He came in the count ball, 3, no strikes. Issued a ball for a walk. That was charged to Nolan Ryan, and he has retired the next 7 batters. One ball, 1 strike. And the pitch to Chet Lemon. Bouncer to third. One big hop to Coolbaugh. He hit it well, but right at him. 1 out in the ninth. And the batter is Mike Heath.
Chester hit the ball hard, but it was a one-hopper right to the third baseman. A foot either side. He may not have been able to make the play.
There's Mike Heath to bat for the first time tonight. Gary Ward batted for Salas, walked in the 6th inning, and Mike Heath went in to catch. Tigers need a base runner. They cannot tie the game until they get a base runner. 1 ball, no strikes. That'll make it 2-0. Ball 2, no strikes to Heath. Whitaker will bat next. And a strike, says Chuck Merriweather, makes it ball 2, strike 1. It's Jamie Moyer getting the signs. He's trying to save it for Nolan Ryan. And the pitch inside, ball 3. Ball 3, strike 1. He's almost got to take a pitch. Mike Heath wants to become a base runner. And he does. A walk to Heath. And Bobby Valentine didn't think much of that.
No, he says, hey, we got a 2-run lead. Just don't walk anybody. Let them hit to get on. Moyer, normally excellent control.
He didn't pitch very smart to Heath. A couple of off-speed pitches, even 3-1 he threw an off-speed pitch.
He has Kenny Rogers down there in the bullpen, left-hander. He has been moved into the #1 spot in the bullpen for left-handers, and that's who he's going to call.
Yeah, he came in and saved it last night with a brilliant performance in the 9th inning. He struck out Fielder and Ward with runners at first and third. Fielder with only 1 out and Ward with 2 outs to end the game, and the Rangers ahead by 1. Well, Moyer did a great job. Did not allow a hit. Walked 1. Retired 8 batters. 8 batters in a row before he walked Mike Heath.
Kenny Rogers, who was a long man for Texas, and they've had some injuries in the bullpen, and he was called upon to be the closer and has done a pretty good job for him, having 8 saves for them. Their number 1 man, Russell, had been on the disabled list. In fact, I think he started becoming the closer against the Tigers in Arlington. And they say this young man has a pretty good arm, but never really rear back and throw it as hard as he could. But since knowing that he only has to come in for possibly 1 inning at the most, he's shown a pretty good fastball for Texas. He has a record of 3 wins and 4 losses. There it is. He's appeared in 39 games. Earned run average of 4.13. Most of those being earlier in the season. Also has 8 saves on the year. He's allowed 59 hits and 52 in the 3rd inning. 27 runs. He's walked 21 and struck out 36. But this might be more to Lou Whitaker's liking than Jamie Moyer, because Rogers will throw more fastballs than Moyer. He throws a lot of breaking balls. Of course, Lou doesn't like those breaking balls from left-handers. So Kenny Rogers, particularly if he falls behind in the count, I think Lou Whitaker will get some fastballs to hit.
Okay, it'll be left-hander against left-hander here in the 9th inning. Rangers 5, Tigers 3. Tying run is at home plate. Whitaker, with the bases loaded in the 6th inning, flied very deep into right field. And a strike. He just blew one by him. One strike to Whitaker. Rogers gets ready. That'll make it 1-1. Well, the no-hitter went out the window in St. Louis. The Cardinals now lead the Giants 2-1 in the 8th inning at the end of 6. Trevor Wilson had a no-hitter going for the San Francisco ball club. 1 ball, 1 strike to Whitaker, and he calls time. Got a right-hander throwing in the bullpen, Arnsberg. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball is high, ball 2. They play well behind Mike Heath at first base. They don't figure Mike will be running. Not Tigers down by 2, and Palmeiro wants to protect against the left-handed hitter. Lou tried to check his swing, but he went too far. That would have been ball 3, but it's ball 2 and strike 2. Only 1 out here in the 9th. Ball 2, strike 2. The runner at first, Mike Heath. The pitch from Rogers. He struck him out. Lou couldn't hold up again, and he's a strikeout victim. Take a look at the last pitch. Lou protesting a little bit to Merriweather, not much. Yeah, I think he swung at it. He swung at it, and Whitaker strikes out, and it's all up to Tony Phillips. Lou only had one good pitch to hit from Rogers. That was the first pitch. Pitch is outside to Phillips. Tony's had a single and a walk tonight. He's 1 for 3. We go right down to the wire here in the 9th inning. Tigers down by 2 with a tying run at the plate. And a foul ball. That's Petrelli at the mound, talking to his pitcher. There's no wind at all in the ballpark. Nothing to hinder a drive hit deep into the outfield. Flags are dead right at the flagpole. This one outside. Ball 2, strike 1. I think they're telling Rogers, go into your full motion. Let the runner go. The 2-1 pitch to Phillips. Inside, ball 3. Ball 3, strike 1. Now Julio Franco comes to the mound.
Well, Phillips, 5 home runs this year. 4 are hit left-handed. And he has a much better batting average from the left side. He does not have as much power right-handed as he does left-handed.
Here's the Tiger bench. Sparky and Billy Muffett hoping for a miracle here in the 9th. As Phillips waits on the 3-1 pitch. He walked him. Now the tying runs are aboard for Trammell. Trammell has brought this crowd to their feet. They can envision good things happening right now. He had a base hit off Rogers in the 9th last night. Two on, 2 outs, and the Tigers down by 2.
Well, they have a right-hander who's been warmed up. He's down there standing just watching right now, but they decided to go with the left-hander.
Here's the pitch to Alan Trammell. It's a strike. He had a right-hander throwing last night, and he let Rogers pitch to Fielder with a tying run at third, only 1 out. And he's going to let him pitch to Trammell. 1 strike to Allen. Heath is the runner at second. Phillips at first. And time call. Tigers have their base runners located just the way they want them. The tying run is at first base with Phillips, who has much better speed than Heath at second. So an extra base hit could score Tony the Tiger. Oh, this ballpark is really alive here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 outs. Tigers needing 2. And the pitch. And it gets away, and what a big play that is. It's a wild pitch charged against Rogers. The runners move up, and that is a big, big play. Now a base hit can tie the ball game, and that's going to bring Valentine out. It's been a shaky Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, Julio Franco has been going absolutely crazy the whole inning. After walking the first two batters, he expected the right-hander to come in right away, but
he's coming in.
He's coming in right now. And who is this?
Arnsberg.
Arnsberg.
Big, tall right-hander. It's been a very shaky Kenny Rogers here in the ninth. Struck out Whitaker. First batter he faced. Then he walked Phillips. But the wild pitch is a big play.
Arnsberg has spent most of the time in Oklahoma City, their AAA ball club, and he was promoted to Texas. He was 0-4 at Oklahoma City. 2-1 with Texas in 18 games. With an excellent earned run average of below 2, 1.82 to be exact. 24 2/3 innings, allowed 21 hits. 10 runs. He's walked 11 and struck out 18, and he's only allowed 1 home run in those 24 2/3 innings. He has allowed 6 hits and 4 runs his last 4 appearances. So he's capable of giving up some hits.
Well, it would only take one. A base hit by Trammell could tie the ball game. The inning started when Lemon bounced to third base. Mike Heath drew a walk. Whitaker struck out, then Phillips walked. And the wild pitch moved the runners to second and third. Alan Trammell, 1 ball, 1 strike. And the big right-hander gets ready. Slow ball 2. Ball 2, strike 1. Cecil Fielder would bat next if Trammell gets on. Ball 3. Ranger pitchers in danger of walking the bases loaded here in the ninth. Ball 3, strike 1, and Trammell will hammer away at this one if he likes it. Count goes to 3-2. He threw him a breaking ball, a slider, and a good one. Ball 3, strike 2 to Trammell. Everybody up. And the payoff pitch, time call by Trammell. Arnsberg gets ready. The 3-2 pitch. He walked him. You see the Ranger dugout. Now Sparky in the Tiger dugout. Here's the big guy, Cecil Fielder, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He's hitless tonight in 3 trips. And a ball. One ball, no strikes to Cecil. And the pitch. A strike makes it 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded on walks here in the 9th inning with 2 outs. Base hit could tie it. Extra base hit could win it. Trammell at first carries the go-ahead run. And the pitch makes it 1-2. Mike Heath is the runner at third base. Tony Phillips at second. And Alan Trammell, he carries the big run. He's the winning run at first base. Here's the pitch. Ooh, makes it 2-2. Cecil held up on a breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 2 and strike 2. 32% runners in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch. And a fly ball deep. Way back. It's got a chance. It's Cobb right on the warning track. Oh, he had him on his feet. Cecil Fielder brought everybody to their feet. Right to the warning track went Incaviglia and made the catch. He might have had a step to spare out there. Cecil had to hit it on the trademark. He didn't get it all. But nobody knew that for a moment. A towering fly ball that everybody in the ballpark thought was gone for a moment. The final score of the game, the Rangers 5, the Tigers 3, and we'll be right back.
Delivering pizza.
Well, our Budweiser Tiger player of the game is Paul Gibson. Paul came on in the 6th inning, retired every batter he pitched to with the exception of 1. He walked him. He retired 9 of the 10 batters he faced. So our congratulations to Paul Gibson, our Budweiser Tiger player of the game. Well, we had a dandy at Tiger Stadium tonight. It all went down to the last pitch of the game, a deep fly ball to left field. Looked for all the world as if it might be a grand slam home run by a fielder, but it was caught right at the base of the wall by Incaviglia. So the Rangers win it 5-3. They've now won 3 in a row in this series. For Al Kaline, this is George Kell, hoping you'll be with us this Friday at 8 o'clock when the Tigers take on the Texas Rangers. Once again, the final score tonight, Texas 5 and the Tigers 3.
Tigers baseball has been brought to you by New Busch Light. It's the easiest drinking light beer around, so make the easy choice. And by your Metro Detroit and Greater Michigan Ford dealers.
Tigers baseball, another reason why WDIV is first for sports.